It is the following day, my friends. Yup. It is the following day, and what does that mean? It means I am going to attempt to paint the two pots from yesterday. Now, we're stepping into yet another new realm. So, here we go. Barbecue. Me and you. Hey, my friends. It's your boy Banner, and welcome to another episode of Try Bonsai. In a continuation from yesterday, as you would have seen yesterday, I used tin set to repair one pot and finish another. And they are both quite dry. So I'm going to bring them up one by one, give you an overall view. And then we are going to delve into painting these pots. So let me disco. So I have the pot up and ready to go. And I'm just going to, I have my paints on the side here as well too. Right, so I have the pot facing me. And let me bring it in a little closer just to see how it has dried and how it looks in its dried form. Looks kind of good. I hope you're seeing it against the light because it's a nice, bright and sunny Sunday morning. So this, my friends, looks pretty decent to me. You know, so now is the time to paint this thing, and I will, oh gosh, boy, I'm hoping and I'm praying that I don't monkey this thing, I don't mess this thing up. So I'm putting the camera back into its place. And I have a barrage of paints that you could see on the side here. So I'm going to open the paints so that you could see what I have. Actually, let me stand corrected. I have 3 sets of paints and some colors in spray paint. So I'm going to open up the paints and let you see what I have. And to be very honest, I can't tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do something and hope that some artistic gene kicks in. Now, after all of this, I'm going to show you a couple of other pots that I attempted. I gave a very good attempt at painting, and I will tell you what I did. So, we're going with it. Okay, so what is happening is that I have a tin of white paint, right? White enamel gloss. This paint was originally yellow. And funny story, but I took this yellow paint and I put a little bit of black in it and it gave me an olive green. And then I ran out of that and I decided that I'm going to put a little bit more black in it, and then it gave me something a little more than green. It gave me a kind of greenish gray, and the paint needs stirring. And lastly, to the back here, I have some black paint. So the choice is either I set a base using this combined color, this greenish gray. I don't know if this is a particular color. Only after I finish it, then one of my friends made me aware that, hey, it have a color wheel. Wow. Anywho, so it's either I'm using this as a base, or I'm using the black as a base, or I could use the white as a base, and then I could spray paint over it to give it some kind of something. And the thing is, what color do I want to have this pot in? And based on the color, it will kind of dictate what tree fits into this spot. So let me think about it for a few, and I will come back and we will get on with it. So I've decided that I'm going to go with this mixed, whatever color this is, on this pot. I'm not doubting myself, but at the same time too, I am a little bit on the unsure side, but that's okay. Whatever becomes of it, whatever happens, I will do my best to fix. So here we go. And this color, as I started, it looks very gray. It is not very far from the tinted color at all. Huh? Oh well. I'll go in with this and then we will see what's happening. Alright, so I gave it this overlay of paint, and now experimentation time. I'm wondering if I should go with some kind of brown. And as you realize, I'm applying the spray paint. I'm no painter, but I'm applying the spray paint while it is wet. And to be very honest, because of the sun, I could barely see what I'm doing though. Hey, sir. Alright, so you're in a bit closer. And I applied the mixed color paint. That's a little recap. Then I applied some brown spray paint, and then I passed over that with a kind of yellow. I don't know what yellow this is. Canary yellow. There's a little bit of canary yellow, and I'm hoping that you all are seeing it, because I am unsure of what I am seeing. But I think it looks good. I think so. Maybe it might be a little on the bright side. I don't know. Maybe I need to bring down the color, but I don't know how to bring it down. I don't have black. Anyways, let me get to painting inside the pot now, because the sky color is changing a bit and I don't want to get caught in the rain if rain is coming. So we're going to get to that now. Okay, so this is it for one pot. Now granted, I have the underneath of the pot to paint, but that will come later. So I'm going to give you a 360. And guys, let me know what you think in the comments about this body of work that I did. The color choices, where this is concerned. And yeah, I like it. No matter sound doubtful, I like it. You know, now when it's dried, is to find what tree is going to fit into this. That will complement. That will bring a complement between tree and pot. But I like it. All right, moving on. Next thing. So this one is considerably much bigger than the previous pot. And this has more nooks and crannies and creases and curves and twists and bends. So this is going to be a really fantastic woohoo, um, body of work to undergo. And I'm giving you a nice little 360 of it. It has dried quite nicely. So I'm thinking that I'm going to paint this black and then overlay with something to bring it out. I don't know. It already gray. Ooh. But I don't want to leave it with just this. I feel you need to give it a little bit of paint. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna kind of just lightly pass a sponge on it to take off any sandy elements that it may have so that the paint could make contact properly. And then we're gonna get to work. Right, so here we go. Now whilst I'm giving this thing something of a sponge bath, today is Mother's Day, so I'd like to take the opportunity to wish all the mothers around the world a very happy, fantastic, and blessed Mother's Day. You are indeed treasured because we have all been born from the womb of a mother, and I appreciate the things that you do. And this is not only for my wife and my sister and my mother-in-law and all the women that I know, but for all the women, as I said, around the world. You know, I don't take lightly the role that you guys play. I don't take it lightly at all, considering that I do not have a biological mother. My mother passed on quite some time ago. You know, but in the absence of my biological mother, other women took up that mantle. You know, inclusive of my godmother, Dawn Paul. I'm going to call people names because I don't know. Not that I don't know the name, but I don't know how they may react. And Yvonne Sweet, Antoinette Paul, they got involved. They really, really and truly got involved. And I'm sure that, there were other women. Michelle Cowlesser, she got very much involved. Who else I'm missing? Arlene Rampol got involved. All of these are women, fantastic women that I would have encountered in my time growing up and even in my adult years, that position themselves as motherly figures, regardless of the position that they personally had. They positioned themselves into my existence as a motherly figure, and I am very appreciative of these women and all the others. If I ain't call your name, I am very, very, very sorry. Happy Mother's Day to all. So I just finished giving this thing a sponge bath. Although I'm not going to keep all of this, but I'm going to paint this in black and then figure out what it is I'm doing after the black. But I think black is the best base for this. So I finished, well, not finished, sorry. I did most of the black. Now I'm going to try to get into the in-between spaces, and then the thought process starts with what am I going to overlay this with to make it look, based on what I have here available to me, to make it look good well, more than just good, but a little more on the realistic side. And whilst I was off camera, I was trying to think about other women's names that I could call. I could even call my sisters because we stood together as a team because we did not have parents to do the needful. So I could even make mention of my sisters, Zola and Afia. Yeah. Even my mother-in-law, even though she was my mother-in-law, I know that motherly instinct embedded in her, kicked in and activated. So here's to you, Paula Chow. There's a lot happening in the world, my friends. A lot is happening in the world. There are a lot of different diseases happening, going around. You're hearing a lot of people dying of cancer and so forth. Different ailments, cancer, diabetes, hypertension. You name it, it's happening. Tomorrow is promised to no one. So, it's not the end of the video, but I will always try to push that, and I am also guilty of that at times. Treat people how you want to be treated. Try your best not to live your life in a lot of regret. Mend the fences that you could mend. Do the things that you could do. No. Treat yourself nicely now. A lot of people, that's something that people do talk about. A lot of people talk about treating other people nicely and being kind and being fair to other people, but you need to be kind and fair to yourself too. A lot of people are not kind and fair to themselves because they don't like themselves for whatever reason. I ain't preaching. I am no motivational speaker. But at the same time too, we are all just human beings. And one kind word from one person could be the difference between life and death for another person. One word, one sentence. Life is so very fickle, my friends. So very fickle. All right. So I paint up here now. Now, let's get to the real body of work. Now, mind you, I have this spray paint. What color is this? This is, what's that, boy? Silver? Would that suffice? It's too bright. That's too shiny. There is no thing that is that shiny. I could dull it down. I can dull it down. It ain't looking so bad. It has to be applied in a smart way. And I don't know if this is the smart way. Oleo, I'm making this thing up as I'm going along, Making this thing up as I'm going along. So that is some silver that has been applied. I'm working within some very tight confines. I need to bring down the shine. So let me continue doing what I'm doing, and we'll come back and look at it. Hey, all right. So listen, what I did. Is it the look that I wanted? It looks good. Not sure if it's the exact look that I wanted, but I like it. I tried to bring down the silver using I don't know if it's a red. It's not a red per se. And then I added some brown, so bringing you in closer to see. And there's a control that goes into using spray paint. I do not possess that control, my friends. I don't. I have to get under there. I'll use the thinner brush to try and see if I could get under there. And on a couple points, there's hints of green, but I find the green, I don't know if the green looking outstanding or not. This is the back of the work. Going back around, I have to maneuver this thing. Going back around to the front. So I added these pieces yesterday off camera. 1, 2, 3, because this was flat. A piece of styrofoam had broken off of there and it was very flat. So I added those pieces to kind of make it look a little bit more finished. My friends, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think in the comments. And whilst you're letting me know what you think in the comments, based on some of the material that I have, let me know what you think will work best in this, or if I should get material for this. But this is it. Oh, I did promise one other thing. So hold on just a second. So don't mind that there are items in it. I also painted this spot, overlaying with a green. The paint was a little bit more green, and then I gave it that brown spray paint with a little bit of copper. Then I did this pot, and I trying for you to see it. Right, so this was painted black and overlaid with copper to give it this look. This is the last spot that I did, experimented with paint. So I painted it black, overlaid it with red spray paint, and then I gave it a kind of running look with the black with a light bit of copper. The intention for this spot is to make it something like something like a haunted scene or something of the sort. I don't know yet. We will see. That is it for today. I did not deem it as a two-part video, but in a sense you could call it a two-part video. Yeah. So again, happy Mother's Day to all mothers, and even some of the men who have to step up as both mother and father, because when it's Father's Day, I will say the same thing, because there are women who have to step up in the role of mother and father, and it is tough. It is extremely tough. I know it is very tough. Anyways, not trying to make this an overly long video, but as I usually say, be good to yourself. Be good to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. And remember that our climate is our responsibility. We have an opportunity to change it for the better. If not for ourselves, let's do it for the future generations. Yeah? Click that like button, it helps, my friends. It does. It allows me to reach the other folks and widen the scope. Drop that comment comments help. You say things in the comments that add a different perspective, or even the encouragement that helps motivate continuing on with what I do. If you haven't subscribed as yet, now is a good time. And if you know somebody who would benefit, somebody who are not sure on a thing, show them, hey, have a fellow out there trying. There's a guy out there who is giving it a go. Yeah? So I will see you all soon, my friends. Take care. Bye.